Most beginners can write Spring Boot code, but they get stuck into one simple question. Where should each file actually go? In this video, I will show you a clean Spring Boot project and explain exactly what file belongs to what package. By the end of this video, you will learn how to organize any beginner Spring Boot project without turning it into a mess. So let's get started. I have created several samples here. One is bad structure. I have two good structures. I'm gonna be starting with the bad one and we're gonna be moving forward until we view the good ones. We have here our main starting point, which is our main method that starts our Spring Boot application. We have some common utility, we have a configuration, we have error handler, we have some kind of global service, we have also some kind of utility helper, my exception, order, its controller, repository, and service. We have request response, which is it like a DTO or entity? We don't really know. We have temp project, we have test controller, we have user and its controller, service, and repository. So this are kind of a lot of files, even though we have only two domains, which is basically user, we have order. Domain here, we're talking about feature. You can think it's like a feature or a business unit. You can think it's like a business unit. So here we have like low number of classes, but when we scale even furthermore, you will find out, hey, this kind of structure isn't really good, isn't really scalable. You will have so many struggling points. You will not figure out which file does what. And this is why you need to have a better structure. Let's view one good structure I have created. I have created this kind of structure. We have several packages. The package config is responsible for our configuration files. Whatever configuration file you have, you add it in the config package. You're talking about database configuration, cloud configuration, some kind of other configuration, you just add it in the configuration package. In the controller package, it's basically our endpoints. What endpoint do we have? You're creating controllers for the endpoints that you need. We have our entity. Our entity here, we're creating it for our database. The databases contain an entity. This is where we store our entities here. The exception one, we have for our exception handling and the error codes and this kind of problems that we have in the exception package. The repository, this is where we talk to our database, data source. So this is the main package for accessing our data source. We have the service. The service package is also responsible for business logic. The main responsibility of service is to handle our business logic. Let's view each one of them, compare the structure here. So I have opened up all our files here in order to view it even more. We have our configures. We have mentioned it's going to be responsible for our configuration. We have the controller, which is going to be responsible for our endpoints. You will view here we have two controllers for our two business units, one for order and one for users. We have now organized it into two different ways and in a certain package that's going to be more organized and you will be able to view it much faster. And you'll know what's happening basically from the name of the package because that's a controller package. We have the entity. The entity is our model that's gonna be stored in our database. We have the two entities here, user and order. The exceptions. This is gonna be responsible for our exception and exception handling, and if we have some kind of custom exceptions that we have. The repository is the one that we access our data source. We have two repositories here, and in the service you will find two additional packages. Those two additional packages are related mostly to the service. This is why they are under the service. We have the TTO, which is basically what happened within this service layer, whether we're talking about some kind of business logic in order to eventually get a DTO or work with this DTO. And we have a couple of objects here. Basically, we have API response that we have, and we have also some request responses. Also, some people like to add the DTO at the end, some people do not. I give you some example here just to show you, hey, you might want to add the DTO, you might not want to add the DTO at the end of the file. And we have also the mapper. The mapper basically it has a good responsibility for making things more consistent. In the service layer, mostly we're talking about hey, we need some kind of data. So the data we take it from the repository. The repository access from the data source, but it returns an entity. So what happens? We want to convert this entity to the DTO through our mapper, and this is happen under the service layer. And this is why structuring your project makes things a bit clearer, easier for you to work with. This is one way when you're having a small to medium project with a low number of business units. In our case, we had order and user. Another good way to structure your project is by using some kind of feature-based distribution. And let me show you how. Previously, we mentioned that we have two business units, user and order, and we have now created two different packages for each of our features here. And this is another way of organizing our project. We're creating a package specific for our business unit or feature or domain. And we're under it, we're gonna have a similar behavior, similar package order, because eventually your structure is the same stuff but under a feature itself. So here we have our controller, we have our DTO, which should have been in the service, but I have made it explicit here. Does it really mean that this is a better structure because I have excluded it outside of the service? No, it's completely fine. As long as you're keeping it consistent and clear to the eye, what you're doing, it's gonna be completely fine and clean. So you can have it outside here or you can have it in the service. Both way can work. I just made it here as another example to show you like this is another way to create this package. We have the entity, we have the mapper, which is of similar behavior or DTO. We have made it outside under the order package, but you can also include it in the service. It will not really make a big problem. And we also have the repository. This is the same for the user. We have the same structure here. So basically those are two features, order and user. And we have also have some kind of common utility, some common factors that we have and we're gonna be need in other features. For example, this common is mostly gonna be used in multiple features or across the whole project as a whole. This is why it's included in this common. And in our API response, it's gonna be used in our exception handling. So what happened here, we organize it by features, which is order and user, and we organize it by common it, like the common packages that we have here. We have this common, which is gonna be basically across everything or everything within this project. This is something, and we have also the config. This config can be included within the common or you can keep it outside. Some people prefer to include it in common and some people do not. So it's up to you to decide here. For me, I felt it like it's gonna be more suitable in this config. And the exception is also across all the project. So these three are the common one, are used outside the feature itself, where in our case are order and user. Basically, this is another way of structuring your project. This project might be good when you're talking about so many business units. Let's say you have like 12, you will have like 12 different package and each package have its own internal package and where you can view whatever you're looking for. We're talking about controller, service, repository, mapper, whatever. So yeah, this is how you can structure your project. We have seen what a bad structure looks like, and we have also seen what a good structure could be looking like. Hopefully you enjoyed this video.